Let me know if anything bring you up. Yeah, I don't even see it here. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the last show of the year 2024. We're saying goodbye to 2024. Oh, I got this too high. Whew. Got a special show for you guys.
1 second.
It's a farewell to 2024. We have on screen, as you can see, guys, we got Mr. Roy, bus operator from Jackie Gleason. We got somebody getting up, Mr. Ronald Springer getting up for a minute, but he'll be back. And we're waiting for Mr. Joe Martinez. And my co-host is having an issue once more to come in here. So we just started hoping that he could come in before we end the show. What up, Roy?
Nothing. What's good? Thanks for having me. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you, bro. I know that you've
Sorry
been
about that. I had to answer the
asking
door.
to come in for a while.
Yeah.
And folks, I usually, as I said in a live I did before, I usually don't do shows like Christmas and stuff. I just wait till the end, to wait till the following year, and we come in. But there's been a lot of stuff going on, political stuff going on, so it's important for us to bring it out to you guys in a neutral kind of way. Not like people have their own agendas and they come on, and we don't do that. We have all of them on one spot. Basically, we have all of them on one spot. But before we get started, as seeing a look back at 2024, as well as the gentleman we have on screen, Miss Springer. How you doing, Springer? I said hello, but you're
All
walking
right.
away.
Now I had to go answer the door.
All right, all right. And retire. You both retirees. And Joe Martinez. Happy holidays to you guys.
Yes, happy holidays to you. A lot of
So
blessings.
we wanted to bring you guys in to talk about things about the union, especially with you guys that retired, how it used to be back then to how it's changed now. Roy has some things about also he had 33 years, I believe, 33 years on the job. Things also that he's seen from when he started to now, changes, things that are going on that some people are not aware of. But I wanted to bring up and oh man, Blunt's still not here. But I wanted to, you know what? Maybe we'll do this a little later if he gets in. It's to give a shout up to those that are not here with us this year for the holidays. We're gonna wait a little bit because I'm sure Blunt's gonna have some people he wants to mention. So let me start with Mr. Martinez. Mr.
Oh,
Martinez, it's
why
been
me?
a long time. Why
I,
you? Why not you? I don't know. Why not you? Because I think if I bring other people first, you just start trouble. So I start with you. Oh, he turned himself off. Don't be shy now. He turned himself off. Look at this guy.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you for
Huh?
1 second. I'm going to ask you for 1 second. I'm going to come back. It's
Okay.
just that my phone is connected to my iPad, and my daughter keeps calling me, and I have my granddaughter here. So
Your knee
just give me
bone's
1 second.
connected to your thigh bone. Your thigh bone's connected
Yes,
to the
I'll be
hip
right
bone.
back. 2 seconds. Just give me a
Okay,
minute.
so you know what, Mr. Roy, I'm gonna put you up on screen.
Yeah.
We are live, right? Yeah. Um, for those people that don't know you, just let them know your name, where you work out from, how many years you got on the job. Just so people that don't know you get a little sense of who you are.
Yeah, my name is Roy. I'm from Jackie Gleason Depot. I'm going on my 33rd year on the job. But big shout out to my man right here that I see his name, Lloyd Archer, who was definitely a big brother to me when I first started on the job. I started off in Flatbush with him. I love him like a big brother, man. Lloyd is my guy. You know what I'm saying? I talked to him about a lot of things, even after he retired when he was part of the union. Um, but I'm in Jackie Gleason now, and to just put some things in perspective, like where my seniority's at, effective in January, my peg will be 18. So
Wow,
uh,
18.
yeah, 18. So
Okay, okay. So hold
so
on, we just want to do the quick who's who,
BIOS.
who's who, and everything. So it's Roy. We got now Mr. Ronald Springer. For those of you that don't know who you are, where you worked out of, how many years.
Yes, retired bus operator Ronald Springer. I worked out of Jackie Gleason with the majority of for 32 years, 9 months. I started in Elmer Park, and I've been retired for 2 years and change now.
How many years you been retired?
2 years and change.
2 years. Okay. Oh, I thought you said 10. I was like, whoa, where to 10?
Nah,
Okay. 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 Thank you for that. Okay. So, Mr. Martinez, we're waiting on Martinez. Waiting on Blunt. Unreal. So,
Back. I'm back.
oh, he's back. Okay. So, Mr. Joe Martinez,
Yes, sir.
let us know name, where you work out of, how many years you put in. For those that don't know
Well,
you,
uh, Joe Martinez. I worked out at Gleason for 33 years.
33
Uh,
years. Retired
I've
how long
seen.
now?
I retired 2019,
In 2019.
and
Wow,
next,
five
well,
years.
my official retirement month is February, but I left January.
You left in January.
I left January. I left the first week in January. Because it was time. It was time.
You felt like it.
Yeah, no, it was
Okay.
time. So you know, and that's it. Retirement is good. It's try to stay out of the transit political situations, but some things are just are so unbelievable what's going on.
Okay, let's start
And I
with you. Like, what is something that you see that has changed from when you was a bus operator? Maybe let's say both for the plus side and for the negative side. Two things that you think went up. It's a plus side, and something that you believe went, you know,
well,
became shit right
um,
now.
well, what I notice is a lot of dissension, a lot of separation, um, a lot of. Hold on, Gianna. I'm doing something. My granddaughter just barges in. So I've seen a lot of different things in the sense, and you know, the fact that the union is not. How do you say it? Sadly, to say that the union is not. It's not like they. It's like they pick and choose on the fights they want to pick.
They pick and choose, meaning
They pick their fights. In
now
other
who
words,
who picks the fights? You talk about the operators or who?
no, the union.
The union.
The union picks their fights on how they're gonna protect the
Now, when you
members.
say union, are you talking about in-house or overall, the whole TW
Well,
Local
it all
100?
well, it first comes through the in-house,
Okay.
and then it goes into the big picture. All right. Now, I feel that everyone should be treated equally in a sense, okay? Because some cases are more serious than others. All right. But when you have like really, really ridiculous issues that discipline comes out of. What happened to let's keep it in house and handle our business here? Okay, it's not like that no more. Everything is
By the
like
way, by the way, I'm sorry, but Roy and Mister Jesus, Mister
Springer,
Springer,
Springer.
Mister
Yeah,
Springer.
yeah.
Anytime you see, so you could give some input on what somebody's given, you just jump on in, okay? But I'll get to each one of you with whatever issues.
Right.
What? Don't you're
And
turning your phone sideways.
yeah, I
There you go.
turned it side.
Okay,
So
good, good.
there.
You're good now.
So you know, a lot of those things
So can you
are
be a little
important.
more specific on like what when you say about the fight?
Okay, let me give you a scenario. Two co-workers, operators are having issues on the line. Okay, one is doing the other. One complains, and the one that's doing the damage is like, screw you, blah 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 blah. It shouldn't have to come to fisticuffs. Okay, it shouldn't have to come to anyone cursing each other out. But like like a a prior union rep said, you know, we shouldn't we shouldn't do this to each other. We shouldn't do that to each other. Okay, all right. We shouldn't do this and we shouldn't do that to each other. But you're there to control that issue.
Mm.
Okay, I feel that one thing. I feel you get both. You tell management, listen, before you guys react, let me handle this. Let me turn the fire off. All right, let's see what we can do here. Okay, now you turn around and you get the two individuals together, and you sit here and you have, let's say, like an intervention, but it's not really an intervention. It's a discussion. What's the problem, guys? 95% of the time is work related. Okay, so you turn around, you get the two people together, and you say, listen, what's going to end up happening is you're going to bring the heat down. If you keep doing this to this guy, okay, the heat's going to come down, and it's not going to come down from the person you're screwing. It's going to come down from the public. Okay,
It's gonna come
the
down from who
public,
you said?
from the
The pub,
public.
the public. Okay.
Okay, the public expects a bus to be there. Let's say 2:05. Listen, that's kind of like impossible because we've all run hot. Okay, but when there's only two buses out there, okay, and you're the 11:45, and when you look at the app, you're already at the end of the line. That means you got there way before, and these people got to wait for a headway, and it's usually a big headway in the evening. Okay, I feel that management should, no, not management, that the union should fucking take this, okay, nip it in the butt before it gets worse because shit rolls downhill.
Hmm.
Okay, it's all gonna blow up. Listen, we all took time, we all banged our follower, okay, we've all done this, we've all done that, okay, but somewhere along the line you have to have some type of, you know, I don't want to say compassion, but you got to have some type of understanding because you know what? When your loved ones call you, because I know we've all had a phone call from somebody, yo, this bus driver, this, and this, okay, you feel a certain way because it's your family, it's your friends, okay? So you can't be doing this to everybody. But I think the union should take a little more control on stuff like that, okay? Just a little more control and control your own, okay?
So
You
this
can't
is
have
this is you talking about something now, right? That's a negative right
not
now
now, but before I left, and
before
I'm
you left.
gone. I'm gonna be gone 6 years come next month. You know, come here.
What do you see as a positive?
I see as a positive way in the union
Since you've left with the system,
since
what
I
have you seen? Because you just said a negative. What have you seen that's become that was good and it's no longer?
well. you
as
know,
good as it
it's
used to be? I don't know. I'm thinking when you was here, it was better than now. So what has changed for the worse in your opinion?
what I think has changed for the worse is the fact that it's not about the members as much as it should be. It's about the individuals who, it's not all the individuals, but a lot of individuals protect their own interest. And it's just like politics. Yeah, she's in the back. It's like politics, you know, you turn around and you promise, you promise, you promise. And when the time comes, the time has passed and there's nothing happened. Okay? There's nothing happened. All right? And all the management wants to do is save money at our expense. Okay? Um, the new people that are coming on the job, you know, they it's a totally different attitude and a different monster. You know, people want 9 to 5s. This is not a 9 to 5. Okay, this is a place where you have to make your money. Okay, you have to respect the public, even though the public doesn't respect you like you want them to respect you. But two wrongs don't make one right.
Hmm.
Okay, you gotta let the people know. You know, everybody that gets on your bus has a different attitude. Everybody you have on your bus has a different mindset. Okay, preoccupation, headphones on their ears, walk right by you. The next day that the next day they come to on your bus. Same time you pick them up the day before, and they say, "Oh, how you doing? How you been?" And you tell them, "Oh, I saw you yesterday, but you were on your headphones, and you just walk right by."
Mm.
I'm sorry, I had this and that, but you know, listen, I don't know if they tell them now that the fare means nothing. Okay, because at the end of the day, the transit authority is getting subsidized for a lot of losses. Okay,
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna okay. Go ahead. I just want to give some time to the other guys to say
right,
something too, and then again
right.
you could jump in. But Roy been waiting for months to come on here. So, Roy, do you have anything either to add, or what do you see has changed for the better or for worse from when you got what you said 33 years?
I have 33 now in March. I
So,
really don't on what Joey was talking about because, like, that's a whole different, agenda. My purpose for coming on this show today was trying to reach out to the members. It's time for change. You know what I'm saying? It's time for change. And you asked Joey a valid question. You asked him, uh, "Do I see anything positive? Do you see anything positive?"
mm,
I want it to be clear right now. I don't want no confusion. I think a lot of people know my position. I voted for JP. JP is my guy. You know what I'm saying? And
JP,
that's not
okay,
gonna what my position on
I don't know,
JP.
but I don't hear Roy at all.
My position on JP
I don't hear you.
is I'm
Ron, you hear him?
if right now
yeah, and I hear you,
what
But
I'm
I don't hear
addressing
Roy.
is more like
Roy. One
in-house.
sec. Do you hear Martinez talking?
Yeah, I
Do
hear
you
him.
hear me? I don't hear you, Roy, at all.
You probably muted.
Yeah.
No, I'm not muted. If I'm muted, I would hear. I don't. You wouldn't hear me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Everybody, yeah, everybody's working. Everybody's saying, go
So
ahead, Roy.
so
But go ahead, Roy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
so what I'm trying to do is like I'm real frustrated because I saw your show. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Go
I
ahead.
uh I try to stay out of this because the mentality. I seen both of these brothers right here do their work as they were on their way out the door, and the mentality for a senior guy when people see me, they come like, "Yo, Roy, why you care? You on your way out? Why do you care? You on your way out?" And the truth is, when you love your job, you know what I'm saying? And I don't mean per se just love working for transit, but I say I love my job. I love the union TWU Local 100, right? It all helped us raise our kids, put food on the table, put a roof over our head, and it just saddens me to see locally what's going on. I'm not talking about. outhouse. I'm talking about locally, and I think it's time for change. And
Are you talking
I think
from the top? From the top, TW Local 100 from the top?
no, I'm not talking about like outside of the depot. That's a whole different conversation, right?
Okay.
I'm talking about in every prospective depot.
Okay.
Um, like, so I'm going to address the one that I'm in now. You understand what I'm saying? And we just need change because I feel like the narrative has become that they've just become mediators for management. They've just become translators for management as opposed to when I came on the job, when Springer came on the job, when Joe Martinez came on the job, it was about being advocate for the members. So back in the days when I came on the job, when you had to go into the office to see somebody, you knew you was going in there with somebody that was there to defend you. When something happened and you went to speak to the union, even if the union knew you was wrong, you was never made to feel like you was at fault. They would tell you like, yo, listen, you gotta clean up your act, but we're gonna go in there, we're gonna do what we gotta do for you. So the other day I was watching your show because I know we're running out of time and Springer gotta talk. I'm gonna talk about facts. I was watching your show with Rob Coleman. Rob Coleman is my man. I love him. I got love for everybody that's involved in what's going on right now in the
Okay.
depot and this election. And
Coleman. Okay.
that's what hurts me about talking right now because I don't want nobody to feel like, oh, you against me, you against me. It's not about that. It's about the members. It's about the members that are behind me, right? It's about the members that are coming up. And I don't blame a lot of these new cats that's on the job for what they're doing because if they are introduced into the workplace with things running a certain way, they're gonna think that that's what it's supposed to be like. But then when you try to talk, when you try to step up, a person like myself tries to step up, you got people like, oh, that was the way it used to be. It's not that you can't focus on how it used to be. And the truth is, yeah, you have to focus on the way it used to be because it's still written. It's still written. It's still part of the contract. So I'm gonna just talk to you about facts because Rob's word of the day when Rob was on your show was allege. His word was allege. I want to discuss allege. I don't want to
Okay.
talk about allege. I want to talk about facts. Back in the day when me, Springer, and Rob Martinez first came on the job, and you too, Pete, because I didn't realize you had so much time, the responsibility of the depot chairman was you have to be aware of everything that's being posted before the day is over. You have to be aware of what's being posted on the work because the depot chairman is the one that puts in for change of assignments, change of RDOs, to making sure people's seniority is not getting violated on the extra list, things like that. So a depot chairman, before he goes home, his responsibility was check that list before he goes home. So I'm going to give you a fact that everybody's aware of. They made Juneteenth for us a holiday. They made it a holiday for us, federal holiday. When it was not a federal holiday, we used to get the day off. But the day that they made it a holiday, they put the book out. They put the book out for us to sign, and a bunch of people were AWOL, including myself, the next day.
Mm. Okay.
When we went to the union, when I went to the union to find out what happened, the response was, well, you should have checked to see if you had the day off. Now, that's the wrong answer. That's the wrong answer because I know I have a responsibility to check, but you put the book out. It's a holiday. You give out the holiday and seniority order. As a union, as a depot chairman, you were supposed to be aware that there was posting put up, the work was put up, that they were not going to honor the holiday for any of his members. So on this particular day, Juneteenth, they did not give off nobody for the holiday, and they did not honor anybody at ABA because it is a holiday. So what happened to the quota of 11 for ABAs, and what happened to the holiday? You know what I'm saying? The union was supposed to fight that. Back in the days, And I hate saying this back in the days, but it's the truth. And I think these two gentlemen could testify to it. A strong depot chairman would have said, nobody come to work that signed the book. We're going to take care of it when y'all come back.
Mr. Springer, you
But
agree with that?
people had to rush back to work. People had to drop what they was doing. People that knew they was within the first 10 slots and give up, what they
But
were doing with their families.
let me ask you
To,
a question. The daily diary that they gave off, it was 11 people to 1.5 contractual, or what? You don't know, or what?
well, we do know that based on the membership that we have on the depot, the daily allowance is 11. And when I brought that up to them, their answer to me was, Roy, this is not an AVA, it's a holiday. And I explained to them, I said, I'm just trying to make a point. I know it's not an AVA. I know it's a holiday, but I'm trying to make up a point. And the point is, because their excuse was they could not cover the work because attendance was low. So I said, in my lifetime, except during COVID, I have never seen anybody come to work and say they didn't get the day off for AVA because nobody was coming to work. They always maintain and honor the quota of 11 for the days off.
Well,
So,
that coming to work is a problem, isn't it now? More so than prior than when me, yourself, and Joe started. Um, it's like to me, like they don't want to come in and give a good day's work. You
so,
know?
so, so my thing was, this is Depot Chairman 101. If you don't know that this is your responsibility to protect your members, then we really have to rethink where we're going. So now we have another incident that just happened recently, something that more people could be in tune with. We have Veterans Day. Veterans Day, I'm number one in the book again. Again, I'm AWOL.
You're a vet.
No, I'm not a vet. So I told them, I
The
said,
vet comes
listen,
first.
vets come first, but
Right,
they're
we
not
agree
part
that the
of
vets
the
come first. Yeah.
vets come first, but they're not supposed to be part of the quota.
We vets right here. We out in the street, and we vets on this thing
Right.
right here.
So what happened was I said to them, this is not just a day for veterans. This is a day to honor veterans. We have family members, we have employees that have lost members in a war, in an act of war. This is supposed to be, and it's not the first time that we have gotten the day off. So anyway, long story short, on this particular day, Veterans Day that just passed by, they only gave
I
off
don't hear a
seven.
word Roy is saying.
They only gave off seven people. So I said to them, at the very least, at the very least, you were supposed to give off the 11 from the daily allowance of 11. They only gave off seven people that they feel were veterans. So that was the issue for me. In both incidences, the situation was taken care of, not just for myself, but for everybody else that got caught up in that jam. But it really disturbed me that when it gets taken care of, they talk to you as if they were doing you a favor. And when I say they, I'm talking about the union. Both incidences, I had to go outside of the box and I had to call JP to talk to JP about it so that he could make things move because the people that were there at the time were not handling it in a way where they would be more like understanding, like, we have to defend our members because this is a problem. So, you know, these are things that
So
some
what do you think that should happen now? What do you think the? I mean, you're bringing alertness to the situation, but what do you think we need to do? Or is it a membership, or you're
I think
actually
I
speaking towards those that can do something about it?
I think that what we need honestly is to be more. Our members need to be educated. When me, you, Joey, and Ron Springer came on the job, we had a book this thick that was like a Bible. That was the contract, right? And anytime they amend, they would give out flyers and stuff. Now nobody has that. Now everybody has to go online, and when you go online, you don't know what you're looking for. You don't know how to browse through things. You don't know what to order. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that what's going on right now, that Their ignorance of knowing their responsibility is costing us, the members. It's really costing us, the members. We can't be voting for people anymore
or
because
your responsibility is
we
costing
just
us,
can't
the
be voting
members.
for people anymore because yo, I like this
It's really
person.
costing us, the members. We
You
can't
have to
be
vote
voting
and
for people
you
anymore,
have to vote for
or your
people.
responsibility. Martinez, you gotta lower that, bro. It's coming out double.
That's the only way I can hear Roy.
You got like a headphone you can put on with your phone? A little
I have
headphone?
I have a headphone, but his voice is just not coming out.
It's weird. I
On
mean,
the
it's coming up. You could see it's coming up. You could hear it.
yes,
It's
I
something on
see
your
it,
side. It's something on your side that's
but
not.
I hear you, I hear Ron, but I don't hear Roy.
Yeah.
But it's
So,
okay.
so
I got this real
That's
low. I can
JP.
hear.
JP don't want you listening to what's
Yeah,
going on because you're
JP.
retired.
Yeah, that's right. JP doesn't want me to.
JP don't want you listening. Go ahead,
so
Roy.
so
Sorry,
so
Roy.
that's all
Yeah.
right, don't worry. So
Hello?
with that said, with that being
Yo,
said,
Ron, mute your mic.
All right.
yeah. So with that being said, I just feel like it's time for change, and I want people to understand when it comes time to vote on Thursday that this is not something impacting me that are with because every day that goes, person, everything that's affecting us now will affect if you don't act, if you're not proactive. So people need to be knowledgeable about what's going on. Another thing I want to address that caught me by surprise was when my man Rob said that rookies are not taken care of, rookies are on their own. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I don't know where that came from because that's not factual. That's not
Well, say
factual.
that again. What was that? Who said what?
When he was addressing that rookies are on their own, that
Mm.
rookies no representation. You know what I'm saying? Um, like that's not a fact, man. And I know for a fact.
Did
I
you
know
see
for a
what
fact.
Chico has just put up on the screen?
It
Uh,
says how
how about
else.
SLDs violating seniority, denying members work, and peddling other members' paychecks? I brought this
Right.
up and nothing was done about it.
Listen, I want to
Padding the
address that.
payroll.
I want to address that, right? I want to
Paddle.
address.
What did I say? Go ahead.
I want to
You
address
said
that, and
paddle. It's padding.
I want to.
Padding.
Can you hear me, Pete?
I hear you. Martinez, I had muted you until when you want to speak because since you can't hear him, and then I'll
Okay,
unmute you because it's coming up double.
okay, okay. I'll wave at you. I'll wave at you. I go.
Yeah.
All right. So
Go
I
ahead.
want to.
I'll mute it. I got it.
I want to address Chico's comments right there. And I want to say this. This is a prime example of what I'm talking about. Chico wrote, how about SLDs violating seniority, denying members work, and padding over members' paychecks? I brought this up. Nothing was done about it. All right. This is a, I love this comment right here. To some degree, there's some validity, but I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm not saying this to score points with nobody. We are union-based shop. This is not a dispatcher problem. Those dispatchers were bus drivers just like us. This is a union problem. The union has to step up and 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 and, and enforce. There's accountability. We get charged for pieces. The
Hold
union
on.
does
What?
that. The union
Hold on
keeps.
1 second. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. You back? What's up?
Can you
You
hear me?
back? I hear you. I
So
hear
why
you,
can't
Blunt.
see my picture?
You don't see yourself? You're right on
No.
screen.
Am I on screen?
Yeah, you're on screen.
Okay, I can't see myself on my computer, but okay.
How about now?
Man, and it's mad low. Like, yo,
Okay.
everything's.
Go ahead, Roy. We
So
finally got
so
Blunt on.
so in regards to Chico, I'm gonna put a scenario out there, and I want y'all to follow me on this. If you got somebody, I'm a senior guy, right? I'm on my way out. I'm looking to make as much money as possible. So I'm picking a big run. So let's just say thanks to that brother right there that retired, I picked up where he left off. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our whole career is built on building seniority to pick tricks that bring in the most revenue to help you when you retire. All right. So now we have a situation like what Chico just talked about. Now you have somebody. who's clocking six figures. And it shows that every year, this one particular individual has clocked a certain amount of money for 3 years straight. He has not gone below a certain mark, a mark that is so high that there are management and there are dispatchers saying, damn, if I knew I could make that doing what he was doing, I would have never took the promotion. So now here I come, a senior guy, and I say, you know what? I'm gonna get that. But then what happens is when I pick it, I'm not making the same money that this guy has demonstrated year in and year out that trick commands. Even though I'm willing to put in the same work that he put in. That's not a dispatcher's problem.
Is it
That's not a
something that
management.
maybe he's doing extra besides that? Like
Whatever
he's
he's
staying
doing,
longer, maybe, and that's why he's making more money.
listen. I'm willing to do everything. I'm using me as an example. I'm using
Because
me an
I've said also I've had a 13-hour run, right? I've had a 12-hour run and wound up getting paid like 14, but that's because I'm driving 20 miles an hour, and I'm getting a late slip for my swing. I'm getting a late slip to pull in, so my money's gonna be a little higher than if somebody that is just running down the line to make the schedule. But then again, you're talking about working in the yard.
right. Let's be specific. Let's be
Yeah,
with
you're
you.
talking about working in the yard. So I'm sorry, that's different.
So
Oh,
so
okay.
so if I was to pick the trick that this same individual is working day in and day out, and I'm willing to
Joe,
put in,
Joe wants to talk.
huh?
Listen,
Joe's waving his hand. You seen it, Pete?
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
he's up.
All right.
Okay, listen. I understand Roy's point, and I can't hear Roy through here, but Pete muted me so I can hear you on the Facebook broadcast.
You got
I
Kathy saying
understand.
he's doing extras.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. Okay, and you know what? Sometimes we have to understand. We want to make that money, and we can't get that yard trick, or we can't get that yard extra, or they're throwing somebody a bone. That's fine. But you know what? I want to work. I want to make my money. Okay. Sometimes, as an operator, you're an operator. You can work the yard. It's always cool to work the yard, especially in the summer. You're chilling. You got your jeans on. You got a t-shirt. Ba 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 ba. Fine. But when we go on the road, we got to deal with this, and this. But you have to make the job work for you. You can't turn around and complain because somebody didn't get this, somebody didn't get that. Okay. I remember that the union used to go out to the crew. Listen, I got this run open tomorrow. If we don't cover these runs, we lose these runs that they give us. Can you cover the piece of work for me? Oh, why? Listen, I just need you to cover a run. One hand washes the other. It all works in motion. Okay, that's like when you're at the when the dispatcher's at the window. Okay, if a dispatcher has an operator coming in late, and Roy or Ron or Blunt, any of you guys come in a little early, okay, turns around and says, "Hey, listen, you want to do me a favor? You want to cover this run for me?" Okay, that's to save face. Okay, that's to eliminate this paperwork and this extra.
All
Okay,
right,
and the
but
dispatcher will
Joe,
turn around.
but Joe,
I
I don't
can't
mean to,
hear you, Roy.
I don't mean to cut you off. I think we're saying the same thing, but we're saying it the wrong way. I don't think you understand because you used the word that really bothered me. You said complain. Nobody's complaining. We're talking about the union slacking and making sure that the members are getting their just due based on the work that they put in throughout the years, based on seniority. So let me ask you a question. Let me put it in more simpler terms for you, Joe. You got more seniority than me. If you see me working every day, 9 to 5 in the yard,
Okay. Well,
so forth.
I couldn't hear you. I
All right.
couldn't hear you.
You have there's a delay, Joe. There's a delay. Hold on. There's a delay. There's like a 10-second delay from when you jump in and he was still saying something. Hold on.
All right.
Go ahead.
So if you monitoring the situation and you seeing that I'm making $160,000, let's just put an odd number out there. let's just say that you see me in the yard with an 8 hour trick for 3 years consecutively, making $160,000 a year. And now you pick the same trick because you got more seniority than me and you barely break 100. That's not a problem that the union should address. That's not a problem that you should say, well, how come when Roy had it, Roy could make this much, and it showed year after year after year that he stood at that same amount. But now that I'm picking it, I could barely break 100.
Mr. Springer, if you got anything to say, jump in too, man. You're not saying much. If you
I'm
got
listening,
anything to add to
what
this,
they saying.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what
So,
you're saying
so,
because
so
I
to
picked the yard trick with the seniority that I had. I worked 3 a.m. to 11, and I kept the uniform, thinking that I was going to finish up and I would make my money, but I never got it.
yeah, but this is not about going on the road. This is just about making that kind of money just working in the yard.
yeah, he's talking
So
about
my
just
point,
yard work.
just what
Right,
I'm
that's
trying to say,
yard work. But it
just
didn't
to
matter. I
address.
didn't care what it was, whether it was road or yard. It didn't matter.
So no, but we just focusing on staying in the yard
He's
and
in the
keep it.
yard that you're making like extra. You're making extra bank, and he picked the same thing later on, and he's not making close to that other operator. So like,
Even though
there's
I'm
Right.
willing
something
to
wrong
work.
there. What's going on?
So this is not a dispatcher problem. This is not a management problem, right? This is where we go to our union, and our union is not supposed to be telling us, oh, they could hire whoever they want to hire. That's not what a union is supposed to tell you. Because if a union is going to tell its members they could hire whoever they want to hire, then why we need a union for? This
No,
is a union-based
no,
shop.
the union,
Hey,
Talk
Joe.
to me, fam.
That Joe.
He's
the
waiting for
union,
the delay.
I understand. You're right because the union shouldn't be saying that. The union shouldn't be saying that. They can hire whoever they want to hire. No, that's not the way it goes. Okay, this is a job based on seniority. Okay, it's a job based on seniority, and seniority should prevail. That's why the rule on the piece counts. Okay, the rule of the piece count is if you're the junior man and I'm the senior man, and we have the same amount of pieces, our seniority comes into effect. Okay, but now if I have one more piece than you, and we want the same piece, you're gonna get it because you have less pieces. Okay, but they don't do that no more. They don't follow protocol. Okay,
This is what I'm
dispatches
saying. This is the reason
dispatches
why
aren't
I show
the way they were molded before. Okay,
this. But this is what I'm saying. That it's not something that, because I'm going to tell you something right now. You know it. Ron knows it, and I'm going to say it before somebody throws it out there. I come from an era when I worked midnight to 8 for many years in the yard. And what did I do? I observed the people before me that had that trick, always getting the overtime up front. So I said, when it's my turn, when they retire, I want the same work. I want to be able to say that I got the same thing that the people that came before me got. I got it for a couple of months. And then all of a sudden things changed up. Oh, downtown is watching. They're doing this, they're doing that. When I come to the union to discuss this with the union is like, yo, they could hire whoever they want as long as they got the slips, whatever, whatever. I'm like, yo, but I'm doing the same thing he's doing. I'm here. I'm just as accessible as John Doe is. I'm using it as an example. Why, why I'm not getting that? Why I'm not registering the same amount of money that he is, and I'm as accessible as he is, and I'm working just as hard as he is? This is a union problem. I'm not trying to hear that this is management. This don't got management is only gonna take what the union gives them. Because if I'm a depot chairman and this is happening, I'm gonna say, yo, listen, you gotta spread the love. You gotta be accountable for everybody that's working. We need to be able to make sure that everybody gets paid. It can it's
Yeah, see what
I'm not
Kathy's saying. She says not when they keep you extra. There's no
of
extra
course
piece added
that
to your
that
account.
that's not new news. When they keep you extra, it's not. It's not. They're not going to charge
So,
you for the piece.
but what
right.
about
Not a piece.
people that's backdooring the system and getting the hookup?
100%. Or what about when you
That's
come?
what Roy's trying to come out saying. That's what he's basically
But
saying.
I'm
That
also
somebody's being
saying,
getting
listen,
that hookup.
listen. Let me be honest with you. I don't care about John Doe making 160 working in the yard. I don't care about who's giving him the hookup. What I'm saying is, all this has done is proven that there's work that needs to be covered. It's being shown every day. Why we don't have more extras to give everybody a chance to eat? This was a depot that at one time had like almost 30 tricks in the yard. We had 2 a.m. extras, 2 midnight extras. They cut everything because they say they were broke because they were saving money. But they still getting the same production out of the little bit of people that's there, which equates to overtime. So now the union's responsibility, stay with me, because nobody could take the easy way out. Kathy keeps coming at, oh, that's if they keep them, if they keep them. No, Kathy, sorry to tell you, they can't keep them every day. If the depot chairman says, I'm noticing you hiring John Doe every day, that only means that we need to put an extra. It's that simple. Somebody's supposed to be paying attention from the union to say, you know what? Every day we're getting the same people working. So that only means that we need to hire or put pieces there to cover the work so that everybody could eat.
Well,
It's that simple. But people want to take the easy way out and blame it on management's not doing nothing. Dispatchers is looking out for him. They can't do that if our union does what they're supposed to do. Because at the end of the day, it's a union-based shop, and our union is still strong enough to dictate how it's supposed to go down.
what about the people that are restricted? Are you gonna share, or y'all gonna share the love with them, or we're gonna take the pot of Lucky Charms gold? You know, all that,
Yo,
all that needs
Ron,
to.
let me ask you a question, Ron, because you got more time than me too. What's your stance on that? Because ever since I came on the job, if you was on restricted, you were not entitled to work overtime, right? Because you can't be in trouble for discipline
I have a problem with restricted work.
and be
You have a
reclassified.
problem with
Wrong with
restricted work?
restricted work.
But right, right. So
I have a
now,
Wrong
problem
with
with
the
it.
restricted work, Joe.
My problem is that the restricted work should be what it means, restricted. Okay, I'm tired. I was tired. I mean, it's not a matter of hating. I didn't hate anything that happened because you know what? At the end of the day, I had to look out for me. Okay, but fortunately, I was a
Do you
little
talk about
better off.
those that have health problems that get restricted? You have a problem with them getting restricted
Yes,
work?
sir. Yes,
No,
sir.
I have a problem with them not getting work.
Not
Well,
getting.
that's what I
Okay.
was just saying.
Okay, when you could give restricted work to someone who was DWI, okay, or someone who was alleged on their phone,
Mm.
okay, but you can't give a broom
Right. Somebody that screws up, they'll get it, but somebody who really needs it due to
or
health,
someone
they can't
who's
really be
home with
behind the
no more
wheel. They're
sick
not
time,
getting it.
with no
Okay.
more sick time, the transit is refusing to pay them their
So what?
differential, their comp,
So who do
okay?
you blame for that? Do you blame
I
it
blame
in
the union.
house?
I blame the union.
Okay.
There has to
listen,
be, and I'm
Now let
not
me ask you. Let me ask you
Why
something.
you
Because
blame the union?
I have a let's say okay, I have a health
Period.
issue and I'm trying to get restricted work, and I think it was like 2 weeks. How long do you get restricted work
10
for?
days.
Is it 2 weeks?
okay.
3 weeks?
Was it 10 days?
10 days?
How many
Okay.
years you
If
got?
I
How
don't,
many years?
uh,
How many
uh,
years you got left, Pete?
oh, in March I'll have 24. So I got
Okay, you
maybe
got one more
another.
year. You got
Yeah,
one more year.
yeah.
Okay, let me explain something to you.
But no, let
Okay,
me
and
finish.
Ron,
So if I don't get the
okay,
restricted work, can I go over the house and go, let's say, to the union hall and explain my issue over there and see why is it that these people at at my depot are not taking care of doing the right thing for me? Can I do that?
No, you're supposed to go to the division. If so,
Okay, so the division.
all right. So let me just say something because I
can I
know that
say something?
I know Ron remembers this, and I know Joey remembers this. There has always been a 10-day thing. But what happened was back in the day, if you was on restricted duty, the depot chairman would tell you like this, and this is a fact. This is not an allegation. You this, but if somebody with more seniority requires restricted duty, we're gonna have to bump you. Would you agree? Would you guys remember that?
Never went out like that. I stayed out sick.
Yeah.
I had to do
Can
something.
I say
I
something?
can't say I can't say I dealt with that myself.
Can I say
Yeah.
something?
So that's
Go
right.
ahead, Joe. Just jump in, Joe.
Okay, no, I see Roy. See, I see Roy's mouth moving, but I can't hear him. You
Oh.
know, I don't want to cut him off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I cut him off enough on Sundays when we're playing dominoes. I don't want to cut him off over here. You know what I'm saying? But listen, what I'm trying to say, Pete, you know,
Yeah.
you have 1 year left. Okay. I'm sure if you have one more year left, your numbers already established. Okay.
Mhm.
Should be.
Let's say your numbers are established. You know, if you have a problem wanting to be restricted, you can get a medical demotion, okay, and not lose your pay.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone that has 10 years on the job and gets a medical demotion, okay, because they're tired of driving, it's not good for them, they feel a certain way, they can be a cleaner, property protection, token clerk, whatever it is, so you can pass that year. Okay. Now disciplinary demotions, you lose your rank and file. You got to start from the bottom. Okay. If you notice, there's been some guys. Okay, there's been some guys that have left the bus because of a medical demotion. Okay, all right. Now there
Guys,
might be some.
I hate to cut everybody off, but it's an hour show, and I'm not gonna. I don't know, Blunt. Are you gonna be able to stay a bit longer?
I can't. I got issues here, man.
Yo, listen, I know you got to cut off, but I just
Yeah, I
want
got to cut off, but I want to tell you guys, we could come back next year. The next show, we'll
Yeah,
try
we
to
can take it up another time.
maybe pick it up and do a 2 hour.
Oh,
Come in a little
let me tell
early,
you,
6:30,
let me
and,
tell you
and,
something
and
else.
and do a little longer.
something
Let me tell you
real
something
quick.
else real quick. Okay, you
Wait. Hold
asked
on,
me
Joe.
about.
I'll give a minute to each one. Go ahead,
Okay,
Joe.
you asked me earlier
One
about
minute,
what I
everybody.
think some things that are wrong with the union. Okay, all of a sudden, the chairmanship is supposed to be January 1st for 3 years. Now the elections, from what I understand, are January 2nd. Why? Because JP wanted it that way. What
Who
happened to
wanted that?
protocol? JP.
JP.
JP changed it.
Okay,
It should have been early December before the vacation. But now
Springer.
it's
What do you
January
got? What
2nd.
do you got to add to
That's
that,
true.
Springer?
That's true because when I ran for the election, it was in December.
In December.
Everything was like before Christmas. The pay
It was
period
like our
before
contract.
Christmas.
They changed our contract,
Yeah.
okay, to after Christmas. Why? Because it's not a bargaining chip no more.
Right.
It's not a
Well,
bargaining chip.
my opinion
We're
is,
hearing that Richie Davis did.
my
Okay,
opinion
all right
is
now.
that they
Richie
waited for
Davis
the
did.
outcome
Richie
of
Davis did, and
uh,
nobody in buses complained about it,
the
right?
election.
Come
Okay,
on.
listen. Pete,
All
go
right,
ahead. I'm gonna hold him down till he
you gonna
finish.
hold it down? All right, guys.
Yeah,
You. Oh man, remember the ending.
I got it.
Don't
Yeah, that was
forget
my
that.
opinion that they held it uh, the
Before I
outcome of
Yeah,
the
leave,
election.
because I got to get going, but before I leave,
I'm a hang out,
I was
guys.
waiting for Blunt because I wanted to say a list of people because we wanted to, the year's over, and I wanted to give a little shout up to those that are not here no longer with us. Okay, so I have a list here, and then you guys could name anybody you want. Okay,
You
so we
have the
got
people that were fired also because of the union. You have that too. That list.
no, these are people that are no longer mean
Oh, oh, I thought it was.
that
I
they're
thought
It's
it was
not
not
the
in
enough
list.
the
time in the
they're not
show
with
for
the
that.
living. They're not with the living.
Okay,
Okay,
no
so
problem.
a shout out to Michael Flores. A shout up
Yes, my,
to Mario Davila. Shout up to Terrence Ray, Dispatcher
yeah.
Terrence Ray. Shout up
Amen.
to our cleaner Myron from Jackie Gleason. Myron, who's
Oh
no
Amen.
man,
longer here with
Myron.
us. Shout out to Depot Chairman Gibson. Okay, always gonna be on in our hearts and our souls. Augie, we can't forget Augie. Augie also. Shout out to Augie. Shout out to my wife's cousin, who some people know him
Rudy,
as Rudy.
Rudy,
We know him as
Rudy,
Chino. Family knows
Rudy.
him as Chino. I
Yes.
also want to give a shout out to a family member, my daughter, who passed away on Christmas over 10 years ago. Shout out to her. And I'll leave you guys. You could give the rest, of
Chumpita,
your shout outs.
Chumpita, Menendez,
Chumpitas. Shout out to Chumpitas,
Menendez,
for the
Menendez.
New Year's. I want to wish all you guys a happy, a blessed New Year's. We're going to come back next year. You guys want to come back? It'll be the first show of our year back. And we'll try to do it
next week.
2 hours so we could touch more things. Blunt, I know you got some shout outs too. He'll
Yeah,
take from here. Guys, for me to you guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for coming on. Sorry that we don't have enough time. But like I said, we'll hit this again next year and continue. I leave you guys with Blunt. Peace to you guys. Thank you again.
All right. Have a happy
All
New
right.
Year.
You
New
too,
Year,
guys.
everybody. New Year.
Oh,
God
you
bless.
staying. You staying. Blunt's staying with you for a bit. I'm
Oh,
leaving.
okay.
You
All right.
stay. All right, guys. See ya.
All right, so guys, first of all, I gotta apologize. I got my phone here and my laptop going. For whatever
Okay.
reason, my shit
All
don't
right.
want to work.
All right.
So
All right. You wait time.
we're gonna end it with you guys each giving up about a minute or whatever you want to say. That way we could pick it up again next week. So who wants to start?
Yo, I
Roy.
just
Go ahead, Roy.
I like when I started off when you put me on the show, I said I just want to deal with facts, but I'm gonna deal with something right now that's very personal to me because he's a good dude. My boy LJ apparently is not being deemed eligible to run for election with Rob Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I just want to say that LJ is very deserving of that position, and it's my understanding that what I'm having a hard time understanding, I'm sorry, is if he was a shop steward, because to be a shop steward, you had to be in good standing. You had to have the meetings, right? You cannot be a shop steward unless you was in good standing and had the meetings. So how all of a sudden he's running for election and he's not eligible? Something sounds very contradictory there. Like,
It was
so
a vote
I
for
hope,
Shop Stewart or it was an appointment?
um, well,
I voted, I voted, right?
I want to believe in the union, that the union did the things the right way. That's what I want to believe. You understand what I'm saying? And we all know from the era that we come from, you had to do the only thing I know that they wasn't doing anymore to be a shop steward. They're not giving the classes anymore. But you still had to have the classes. You had to be eligible. You just can't appoint somebody to be a shop steward. So if you respected him to be a shop steward, why not let him be eligible to run with Rob Martinez? So I just want to give people something to think about. You know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't make sense.
Well, that book, the book that you signed, that when you go to the meeting gets signed off by the recording secretary of the union
Right, right.
afterwards.
So, but yo, it was good seeing y'all. Happy New Year. Let
Same.
LJ run. Vote for change. All right, and this is an in-house thing. When I say vote for change, I'm talking about in-house. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not gonna sit here, because he's my man. I voted for him. We all entitled to, I said it. JP is my guy. I'd rather die with him. But we have problems in-house, and we really need help in-house. And so I just want to let y'all know. But let LJ vote, man. Let LJ run. That's all I'm saying. Peace, y'all.
All right. So Ron,
How you
to
out?
hold on, wait, don't go
What is
nowhere.
it?
Oh,
Don't go nowhere.
all right.
So just to touch up on what you were saying about LJ, um, it goes back to uh, covering your own ass, right? Remember we used to say that CYA.
Mm-hmm.
So, and one of the things that me and Pete, hold on, I gotta take this off because I'm repeating in my ear. One of the things that me and Pete would always say on the show, especially coming around election time, it was to make sure that when you go vote, one, to make sure they have your address correct. Because if you get the paraphernalia and you still get, sometimes you don't even get the ballot. So make sure your address is correct with the union, but to also make sure you're in good standings so that your vote can count. And that's one of the things that, unfortunately, I guess LJ got relaxed and felt, well, the union gonna let me know if I'm not in good standings. You
Yeah,
still
okay.
have to check yourself
The
to make
ballot,
sure you're in
the
good
ballot,
standings.
the mail-in ballot doesn't count for that election.
I'm sorry, what you said?
The mail-in ballot is not for that election. We're talking about they're talking about the depot election. Okay, but what
Yeah, I know,
happens
but
here?
still,
The election committee is the one that is supposed to inform the member who wants to run if he's eligible with the meetings. Okay.
but there's a way you can check yourself, right?
Of course,
Yeah, you have to go see the
That's there you
recording
go.
secretary.
you
There
should
you
check
go.
yourself beforehand
Exactly.
before you make
That's what I'm
that
getting at.
move.
Why is it
Okay,
not
but that's
switching?
neither here or there. The point here is that the members need to pick the best candidate for the job. Okay, on a previous video that was that's I don't even think is a day old, 24 hours yet. Okay, the person in question here was saying, oh, people always have comments and rumors and talk about people. All right, but after he finishes that, he contradicts himself, talking about, you know, don't trust this one, don't trust that one. Okay,
Yo,
so
yo,
he said,
listen.
you
I'm
know
gonna
what
be
I'm
honest.
talking about.
I'm gonna be honest with
I
you,
don't want to
man.
put no names out there like he said he didn't want to put no names out, but you know what? I mean, he
Yo, yo,
retired. God bless him.
but
God
listen,
bless him.
hold on.
Okay.
This
But
is
all
what
of a
I don't
sudden, everybody there
want.
was his boy. Meanwhile, he was a transfer from another depot,
Hold on, Roy.
and he was a plant. That's my
Yeah,
opinion. Okay,
but
that's my opinion.
but
Like all opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Okay, so that's the way it is.
yo,
Okay,
Joey, you're
that's
funny
the way it
too.
is.
But what I don't
Okay, but
want is
sometimes you shouldn't be talking out your mouth and contradicting yourself in the same sentence.
yeah, but yo,
Okay,
Rob,
Hold
Joe,
on, Rob. Joe. Hold on, Joe.
Joe,
Yeah, Roy.
this is not this is what I don't want. Don't make it's obvious that a lot of what he said is personal because the campaign against him and JP, there was a lot of things that shouldn't have been said. I didn't agree with. You know what I'm saying? But I still got love for your brother. You understand what I'm saying? And like right now, that is your brother, and I love what you're doing for your brother. You sticking up for your brother, but it shouldn't be personal because I think we put a lot out there to make people understand that it's time for change. It's time for change, and I'm gonna say it in case people are wondering, Roy, why don't you say it? I'm gonna say it. Rob Martinez for Depot Chairman. There it is, 2025.
Well, I
That's
think my opinion is that y'all just looking at it from one point of view because the current VP that's in office, that's been in office for years, always had an independent agenda. And you don't think that that's some type of sabotage that he conveniently knocks certain people out? And then if you go and you try to go work with him, he's not working with you. He looks for people and targets them and gets them eliminated. That's what
yeah.
happened. That's what happened with this progressive slate. You look for people and you targeted them and you eliminated. You broke the slate apart.
I think that, and please remember that I said this today at 8:09, and thank you for having on a little longer. I think that Rob Martinez and JP are going to get along just as well. You got to remember how JP was, and look at now, he got Kemp by his side, he got Gary Rosario by his side, and when this all started, they were not on the same page. I think
Well,
Rob Martinez.
you need to address and look at that. What was the reason why he wasn't on the same page? His previous boys did any and everything that he said. Now you had the newcomers come on that we were supposed to be together, right? And you targeted certain people. You targeted Santapella. You targeted Clark. You told people don't listen to Ron because he's going out. You told people don't listen to me because I'm retired, and that's not true. You know what? I get calls on the sly, and I help people with their disability, uh, their comp, and so forth like that. I don't say nothing. I was only getting paid $70 to go to their meetings.
Right, but the
Hey,
union be up on this knowledge. The
well,
people in the union office should be able to help the members when they're
I,
leaving. They
I don't
should be
know
able
why.
to, but they should be turning around, okay, and not telling you when you leave the office. Well, listen, when you find out, let me know. No, that ain't the answer.
Well, they
The
they
answer,
they want it. They want the culture that, oh, pick up the phone. I called JP. He has the answers for me. If you don't want to get no wisdom in this world, you're not gonna find out anything. I didn't survive 32 years and 9 months by picking up the phone, calling somebody. I did what I had
No,
to do.
I went straight to the source. Okay, they tell me,
Hey,
"Oh, go through the
what
channels." You go
about
through the channels.
what was Buzzy famous line? Oh, you're guilty, Martinez. You're guilty. What? Here, take those days in the street. And what we used to tell,
Not me.
shut the fuck
Not
up,
me.
Buzzy. Huh?
Not
Shut the fuck
me.
up, Buzzy. What? I remember one time they called you in the office. They swore they had you and said just a violation, right? Uh, what's that name and pass number right there? That ain't me.
That ain't me.
That ain't me, right? But
That ain't me.
the union sold us out. Tier one
Yo,
sold us out, bro.
yo, one day, they sent me down on a random. All they looked at was the name, Martinez. The dispatcher sends me down there. We go down for the random. The girl asked me my pass, my social. The
There you
machine
go.
came up and said, "Oh, you're not scheduled for this." The dispatcher turned around and called the superintendent, okay, and the union, all right, and said, "Yo, Joe's not the one." The superintendent says, "Well, test him anyway." The girl looked at the dispatcher, says, "Are you crazy?" I said, we'll all lose our job. But that's not the way it works. Okay. But listen,
What about this Texas
everybody
Batman?
has something to hate. Okay. All right. And
You
and and
guys,
the
you guys
biggest
think
haters
that?
are the ones
Hold
that
on.
the biggest haters are the ones that feel threatened. Okay,
Do you
with their
guys
position.
think that Rob Martinez would do a good job?
Yeah, I think right now, based on what we're going through, he's gonna do a good job, man. Like he definitely he's very articulate, and what I love about him is that he's not gonna talk to you like he's part of management. I don't got no
So
disrespect for Ebony. I don't got no disrespect for Nick. They know I love them, and hopefully they don't feel a certain type of way. But this impacts them too. You know what I'm saying? Because like we definitely need change. We need change because 99% of the problems that we have is not coming from management. It's from our own union.
Right.
The distinct the division and the morale is not low because of management. It's not low because of dispatchers. It's low because of the union. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to give them a percentage of it. It's not all the union. That's how they play it. You know,
Okay.
they,
Okay.
they
Well,
know they know
That's
that.
fair.
you know
that's
what?
fair. Every,
I
everybody's
think
entitled.
Rob would do a great job.
I
Okay,
think
Yeah,
because he's smart enough.
everybody will do a great job. Y'all just got to start helping, man. Everybody got to start pitching in, putting in this work and putting in the energy. Just can't leave it up to one person. What do you want to consist of a good leader? What are you doing? Are you bringing your ass to work on time? Where he ain't got to go in the
You're right.
office? Hey, uh, this one is late right here. Yo, can you give him a pass or whatever? So he got to take time out from from a serious case to deal with somebody with a attendance problem. That's you got to do what you got to do. My position was when I worked for the authority, I came in and tried to give them a good day's work. Right, report on time, go pull out whatever, and deal with the riffraffs out there. Right, that's why I went before I left. I told the GS, yo, I got an attitude because I come in and I give you fucking monkeys a good day's work, and that's the bottom line, and I did.
You know,
Because of the fact,
you can't turn around. You got to understand. People get called into the office. I'm not going to sit here and say that they pick and choose who they want to pick on. No, there's an incident, but you also have to. And Ron is right. You know, as a union, as a member, okay. You got to kind of like give your representation, a break. You can't keep them under the mic. You can't keep yourself under the microscope all the time, okay. But you got to get it into the member's head. Listen, you come in late all the time. What do you expect? If you have a problem, at least reach out and explain yourself. Okay. My brother has a lot of knowledge. Okay. A lot of people get intimidated by his use of big words. He always uses big words. Okay. All right. But people get annoyed and intimidated because they need to carry a thesaurus or a dictionary with them sometimes because they don't know what the hell he's talking about. Okay, but I'm I don't think he's gonna throw anybody under the bus. Okay, I don't think he's gonna hurt anybody, more than they hurt themselves. The whole point is to get management to ease up. Okay, get something positive out. Listen, let me talk to this guy. Let me get him to work. Okay, you go back, you talk to this individual, you go back to the boss. Listen, this is the problem. Okay, the guy can't work this run right now because there's a problem. Okay, let's help him out. Let's give him something that will accommodate him to get here. Okay, everybody has issues, man.
Or
Okay,
find out what is the problem why
yes,
they can't report on time. You got the UAP. Yo, you could turn your
you got the
health card,
UAP, you got the chaplain,
right?
you
You
got
got
the
your health
chaplain.
card, behavior management, where you could get help.
Yo,
Okay,
I gotta go.
All
you
right,
got
go
an
ahead.
issue at work,
Yo,
you got
good see.
issues, you got
You got to
Yo,
problems.
report to work.
So
You got to
listen,
go to
next
work.
Hello.
week, right, Roy?
Look, break our
yeah.
elbows, right, Joe?
All right, so
Yeah,
guys,
that's
listen.
it. That's it.
Next
All right.
week, you guys gonna
Peace.
come back. We're gonna pick it up where we left off.
All
All
right,
right.
no problem.
Hopefully my
All
shit
right.
is working properly.
All right.
All right,
How
guys.
we
So
sign out?
Yo, Blunt,
I I'll call you beforehand.
yo, Blunt.
Yeah,
Fuck them if they can't take a joke.
yeah. And don't mess up my jacket, man.
Ah.
All right, so guys, you guys can leave. I'm gonna end it with the show ending, and we'll
All
see
right.
Well,
you
I just
guys
want to
next week.
say, I just want to let everybody know who chimed in. Have a great holiday. Okay, God bless you. All right, start the new year right. Make the right decisions on your vote because voting is your privilege. Okay, you don't have to tell nobody who you voted for. Okay, but don't vote for people because they're your friend. Okay, or because they're the same color your skin. Okay, because we all wear blue. Or
The
not
friend,
me no more.
my
Okay,
friends used to be dead presidents.
okay, that's it. Everybody wears blue.
There you
Okay,
go.
and if you have an issue with somebody, hit
You
it on the
know,
head.
you
Talk it
know,
out.
you certain people do it on what's on paper and be professional. Yo, you like I know we look for inconsistencies in the dance or whatever. If you made a mistake, no, regardless who it was, you go after them.
Own up to it. Own up to your mistake. Listen, I
And
made a
then if you
mistake.
mess up, you know what? You might have to beg like a dog with his tail between his legs to soften the blow.
Okay. Listen, at the end of the day, it's only 3 years. We got Trump for 4 years. Okay. A lot of people want it. A lot of people don't want it. But at the end of the day, what are we gonna do? We gotta adjust. Okay. We have to adjust. Okay. Sometimes change is good, and
All right.
maybe
So
change will help the old regime if they get knocked out, understand and realize what the people want.
Well, a lot of people wasn't trained properly. That's the issue here.
Joe, last words.
Fuck them if they
Make
can't
it
take a
hold up.
joke.
Make it short though.
I just did.
Okay.
Well, like I said, God bless everybody. Okay. Kathy, I see you on the messages. I still love you. Mwah. All right. Ron, God bless you.
All
Be
right,
well. Give a
all right.
brother a call because my recliner is just like yours.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna bust a hole in it right now and go back on it.
Okay.
Yo, Blunt,
Springer, last words.
be well.
Well, uh, I hope that there's some type of cohesion together where the members do try to do their part and show that you want a good leader, and then the leader can come in and try to do their job. The key word here is try, and I don't see there's enough trying. There's always this bickering and oh, this is my boy or whatever, but you're not being professional. You're not going to get anywhere like that. You know, you guys are destroying labor for yourselves. This ain't labor. Tier six, yo, you need help real bad.
You need help.
Yeah, and
Tier
the only
six.
one that
Tier
can
six.
help. Yeah.
Okay.
All
Tier
right.
six.
I don't
All
want to
right.
hold
So
you up. Go ahead, Blunt. Take it back over.
so so guys, listen. First of all, I apologize to you guys and the rest of the misfits that are watching. My computers are wilding out. So I'm actually on my phone and I'm working the computer at the same time. Um, Next week they're gonna come back and look. Why did it switch? Next week they're gonna come back. We're gonna finish this discussion, and there should be some more hot stuff to go on. I too feel like Rob is going to do a good job. He actually has a last minute digital shot that he's putting out that should be coming on after the show. So I look forward to for you guys seeing that. And I wish everybody a
Happy New
happy
Year.
New
Happy
Year.
healthy New Year.
And
Hey, son.
shout out to my mother, my brother, who's no longer with us, and the rest is to my other family members that are no longer here. And we're going to take you out with a nice tribute from one of our own misfits, Booker T. And after that, fuck them if they can't take a joke.
There you go.
All right, guys?
Got it. All right.
No, stay. What is this going on? Why is it doing it? Sorry. I'm not even touching nothing. Gotta do it over. Look, I'm not even touching nothing. I gotta get this. You see it? Look. Yeah, you see? Oh, it should be.
Should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should all acquaintance be forgot and all lang syne? For all lang syne, my dear.
It's gonna stop a couple of times on its own. I'm not doing it.
Lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet, and all lang syne. Should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should all acquaintance be forgot and all lang syne? For all lang syne, my dear, for all lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet.